Hey guys, Mike B. Rolling here again. This is for the YouTube channel. I just shot the same video for a short, and I'm sure you guys see what I'm doing here, but I'm posting the shorts on multiple channels, so I'll do a little bit of a longer form, a little more laid back and in-depth explanation. But this is a top view of what a coil looks like when you're loading them shotgun, which is, eye to the front. Obviously, this is the front, but you'll have a chain here and here that runs across the coil. Legally, they only require one over the top on a shotgun coil, but depending on the weight of the coil. So you're going to have X chains coming from this rail, X and across, going back to that rail, down the face, straight out. Same thing on this side, coming off of this rail, Xing across, back to that rail, straight out. Then you've got what they call C chains or horseshoes. Different people call them different things, but that'll be your second set of chains. It comes off of this rail, comes through the coil, and then back to this rail. Now, the reason you have to have so many chains is you get full value on these X chains because they go from this rail to this rail. These chains, you get full value because they go from this rail to that rail. But these C chains, which is there's one here and one here, comes off of here and up through there and then right back, pulling slightly rear of the center of the straight one. And then same thing here, pulled slightly to the rear. Always touch the face of the coil with both chains and then pull one slightly back from the other one. One straight out, one slightly back. You know what I mean? But these C chains right here that come, this one here that comes through the coil off of this rail and then back to the same rail, you only get half the value of that chain because you're coming off the rail going to the same rail. So these chains are 6,700. So we'll just round it to say 6,500. So I'm getting 6,500 times 1, 2, 3, 4, because rail to rail, rail to rail. And then this one and this one are rail to rail, rail to rail. So there's 4 times of 6,500. Man, I didn't even do that math. I should have thought of that. Let me just pull out my handy dandy little marker here. So you got 6,500 times 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, times 4. And then you've got 2 at half value. So you double those up, and that equals 1 more at 6,500. So you got 6,500 times 4 is 0, 0, 0, 2, 24 is 26,000, plus 1 more at 6,500 will put you at 52,500. No, that ain't right. Woo, that is definitely not right. 0, 0, 5, 12, 32,500. Yeah, let's make that look a little prettier. One of these stupid markers. Got to watch how I'm touching it or I'll mess up the recording. 32,500. Now, the DOT requires you have to be able to secure half the weight of a coil. So if, say, this coil weighs 46,000 pounds, you have enough securement for 32,500 times 2 will be 65,000 pounds is how much you can secure with this setup right here. With 2 chains over the top, 2 X's, 2 C chains. You could chain 65,000 pounds. So times 2 is 65,000. That is a big, big coil. I've hauled them that big. Actually, a little bigger than that too. But so you see what I'm saying? You get full value, 6,700 on the X chains. Here, the crossovers on the top, and then your X chains, and then you get half value for this one and half value for that one. So that equals 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So 5 securements, comes out to 65,000 pounds. And this coil only weighs 47,000, so you're way overkill. You'd only have to put 1 across the top here to be legal with this coil. I like to put a second one there just to be, a little extra safety. Just as quick as you'll get when you do these, it literally only takes you an extra couple of seconds to put that chain on there. 10 seconds, 15 tops. It does not take long to put a chain on. So, just think of the families driving down the road beside you and then the idiot on your right that's getting ready to cut you off. Always throw an extra chain on there. 4 for the DOT, or 5, 4 for the DOT and 1 for the family in the minivan, But that's just a little bit of an explanation. I'm sure they'll teach you in safety school, but you've got three factors here that determine your working load limit. Your chain has a rating, and then your binder that has a rating, and then if you're using J hooks, that J hook has a rating. Whatever the lowest rating of those 3 things are, that's the rating you get to use for each one of these chains. Mine, the 6,700 is the lowest rating, and that's the J hooks, and the binders are both 67. Actually, the J hooks are 68, the binders are 67, and the chains are 67. So yeah, that's kind of a breakdown, but that's a little more in-depth video of how to chain down a coil shotgun than you saw in the other video, chaining them down eye to the side, which, you know, is that other word of, you know, slang word of, you know, someone unaliving themselves. That's just, you know, rude truck drivers lingo. You know, like we're like soldiers. We come up with the gnarliest rude thing to call something, and that's what we call it. But yeah, that's a quick video on how to chain down a coil shotgun legally and stay out of trouble. So I'm starting to get a little bit tired. I didn't even realize this after 10 o'clock. I just started getting on a roll with these coils and just kept going, man. I'm having fun. All right, well, y'all have a good one. We'll keep them questions coming. Throw them in the comment section. Like and subscribe. You know the deal, man. I appreciate it. And we broke 500. I had to mention that. I might have to do another video later, but I broke 500 and I thought, oh yeah, that's where they're going to monetize me. And then I got to look and I was like, no, I got to do that. And I got to hit so many, like 3,000 hours of channel view time, and I'm only like halfway there. So I was getting all excited for nothing. But yeah, we're up to 565, 570, something like that. So I just want to tell y'all, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, man. Love y'all. I'll keep doing it. You keep the questions coming, and I'll keep the help coming. Y'all have a good day. Catch you later.